It's a new year, it's the beginning of January, and the promise of a fresh start is kind of looming in the air. Maybe you've even made New Year's resolutions to make changes in one or multiple areas of your life. I have certainly felt like this, but this year, my urge to reinvent myself started already a couple of months ago. I've reorganized my home, I've gone to the gym more often, I've made changes to my grocery shopping. I've also gone through my closet and listed a lot of stuff for sale. And I've even bought a box of hair dye because I want to go back to my blonde hair color. All of this felt good when I was doing it, but I still paused yesterday and I asked myself, where does this sudden urge come from? Or why do I feel the need to make a change? So after a little bit of Googling, podcast listening, and YouTubing, I can conclude that some of the most common reasons why we feel the need to reinvent ourselves are these ones. So in my case, it's probably a mix of boredom and a desire to become a better version of myself. Whilst becoming a better version of myself is a good reason to make changes in my life, boredom probably isn't. So in fact, doing something out of boredom, in my case, often leads to spending money. Being on this journey, it really made me think about consumption, because is my desire to change really just that? Or does it have to do with wanting to find a reason to consume new things? That is why in today's video, I'm going to be talking about buying behavior and what to think about before making any major changes in your closet. But before we dive in, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Louise and I talk about how to engage with fashion in more conscious and sustainable ways. So reinventing yourself often feels like it requires stuff. A new workout routine, for example, might need new gym clothes. A career shift would maybe call for a new wardrobe, and even like a fresh new mindset sometimes demands books, journals, or like techie gadgets. And it's quite easy to equate change with consumption, but I don't think that it always has to be this way. If we just look at buying behavior for a second, it's deeply connected to how we see ourselves. So as a marketer, I'm very familiar with this concept because marketing promotions and advertisements, they often target the new year, new me mindset with sales on everything from like planners to skincare to the clothes we wear. And there is sort of an underlying promise that if you buy this thing, then you'll unlock the better version of yourself. But that promise is rarely true because in most cases, you won't feel satisfied once you make the purchase. In fact, you may even end up spending more. If you're not familiar with this effect, then you should watch my video about the Diderot effect, and I've linked it down below. I will argue that sometimes consumption can be helpful. For instance, a pair of new running shoes might encourage you to go jogging a little bit more often. Maybe having a new outfit will make you feel more confident if you're having a job interview. But I feel like what we all need to keep in mind is the intention behind each purchase. So are we buying to support a genuine goal, or are we just trying to fill a void? Reinvention, I believe, does not have to mean buying more. It can also be about rediscovering what you already have and maybe just rethinking how you use it. But let's talk a little bit specifically about fashion and style. After all, that is what my channel is about. So if you're like me and you have a strong interest in fashion, the urge to reinvent yourself may be very centered around your clothes. I know in my case, it certainly is. The promise of new outfit combinations and by extension, a new identity is really tempting. But before you go on a shopping spree, or before I go on a shopping spree, here's what I like to think about. So number one is to take a good hard look at your current wardrobe. What do you actually wear and what makes you feel good? Often we already own pieces that sort of align with the version of ourselves that we're trying to become, and we just need to look at the pieces differently and learn how to style them in new ways. So I've talked about this in some of my previous videos, which I'm going to link down below, but another really good tip is to start playing dress up with your closet. So try on things that you normally wouldn't maybe wear together. Start to layer stuff just on top of each other. It doesn't matter if it looks crazy. I promise you're gonna discover how versatile your closet really is, and you're probably gonna find a lot of combinations you wouldn't have tried on otherwise. The next one is sort of obvious, but reinvention doesn't require this massive overhaul. One single high quality piece will probably make a bigger impact than a massive low quality item haul. It's also going to be a lot more special to buy one nice item that you truly enjoy and that you can wear for a long time rather than a pile of fast fashion. Personally, I'm going to be much stricter with my shopping budget during 2025 because I aim to shop a lot less than I have done previously, and I'm not going to blame my mental health for this one, but I have been feeling quite down during the last few months, and I have definitely been overspending in an attempt to try and make myself feel better, basically. But this year I have set a new budget that I will strictly adhere to, and I'm only going to buy things that I truly need, and I'm going to give you updates on how it's going as well. The third tip is to define your why, and if you can relate to this struggle of overspending and buying things you don't really need, then I also advise you to speak to a friend or a family member to help you limit your spending, because for example, I have started to consult my boyfriend before making a purchase because I know that he really keeps my feet on the ground in regards to what I actually need versus the things that I just want. I also urge you to ask yourself why you want to change your style. Is it to feel more confident? Is it to express this new phase of your life? Or is it maybe that you're feeling a little bit pressured by friends or social media or current trends? Knowing your why can help you make purchase decisions that genuinely serve you. So to finish off, reinventing yourself can be exciting, and it's a chance to grow, evolve, and step into a version of yourself that maybe feels more aligned with the vision of who you are or who you want to become. But if you want to reinvent yourself without consuming more, take a moment to reflect about what you can create with what you already have. So whether that is a new habit, a new skill set, or maybe a new way to express yourself with the clothes that you wear, remember that reinvention is not something that you buy, it's something that you build. It takes time and it takes patience, and I'm not the most patient person, so that is something that I need to remind myself about constantly. But if you let it evolve naturally rather than force it to happen now, the results will be much better and you'll also probably consume less. So anyway, that is it for today's video. As always, if you did enjoy this video, then please feel free to share it with a friend or maybe subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on Instagram or TikTok at Louise Wears. I wish you the best week ahead and a great start to the new year, and I will see you again next time. Bye!